So hello everyone. I think remember in the last session we did some process related to this psychrometry. We have two more left. Then quickly let me complete that evaporative cooling process and also the mix air process. After that we'll talk about the equation for sensible latent. Then using this enthalpy, we'll find three equations that we'll use at the time of the load calculation, especially at the time of heat gain through ventilation, infiltration, etc. Then we can move to chapter 4, classification of air conditioners. So here I'm going to share the screen. So the next process you can find on screen, it's a evaporative cooling process. Okay. And this process you can expect for the air coolers, or you see air cooler also known as desert coolers, right? Because the air cooler work efficiently in the desert areas. The reason why air coolers are working efficient in desert area, because in desert areas, even in summer, the humidity is less. So the air will have the capacity to hold or extract more water at the time of evaporation. And more evaporation means more cooling. Because you know the concept of evaporative cooling. Evaporative cooling means because of evaporation of water, extraction of heat from the air, so that the temperature of air can reduce in case of evaporative cooling. Okay, so this process related to evaporative cooling, especially for the desert coolers. And now in market, even in India, this desert coolers by Symphony, they're offering this desert cooler concept with the ducting. In desert area and Gulf, it is used for many years, but even in India by Symphony, they are offering this desert cooler concept with the ducting compared to the normal air cooler. That is a bit expensive, but anyhow, the concept is useful because even in Hyderabad city or in India, where you'll find the city with the low humidity conditions in summer, one can use this desert coolers so that you can expect the efficiency. Because in desert cooler, the power consumption compared to the air conditions very less. Okay.
You said in evaporative cooling process, no condensation will be occur, right?
No, only
On
sensible cooling.
only sensible
You
cooling.
cannot expect the latent cooling. That's the reason in desert areas it is applicable. In area where you have the humid condition, you cannot expect the required condition as per the human comfort, because in humid area it is required to extract the moisture, reducing the humidity. So even though if you maintain the temperature, you cannot feel the comfort,
Mm-hmm.
right? But in desert area, this work efficiently because of low humidity conditions. So increasing the temperature, and with the increase in temperature, with the evaporative cooling, even the RH also will increase. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so increasing, and that is a requirement in the desert area, na? Decreasing the temperature and increasing the RH. So both
Mm-hmm.
will satisfy with the by reducing the means cost, means it's an efficient system compared with the air conditioning. So we'll talk about this process. So you'll find in this on screen. You see, so what will happen at the time of evaporative cooling? We'll check this. You see, this is 0.1 and this is 0.2. Okay. So the 0.1 condition you can find here in an example. 100 degree Fahrenheit, air at 13.6 grains per pound of dry air to 70 degree Fahrenheit. Ignore this percentage. You see, I'm interested to decrease the temperature from 100 degree Fahrenheit to 70 degree Fahrenheit with the evaporative cooling. So first we'll check this wet room temperature. So I'm writing this WBT1 equal to WBT2 equal to what? You see, this is a wet bulb lines now. You can see it's a 60. You see, this is same. So wet room temperature we are not increasing. Our requirement to decrease the dew point, dry bulb temperature. And you can see this line. This line is inclined or parallel with this wet bulb and the enthalpy. No? So
Red one is
even the enthalpy also is going to be same. So H1 equal to H2 equal to 26.3 BTU per pound. Okay, because we are not adding the heat. We are utilizing the heat from the air only. Okay, additionally we are not adding the heat, so there is an enthalpy change is same. Next, if you talk about RH, you see RH1 equal to, you see, is very low. We can find this is 4 point, very low. You see this line, this is 10, this is 20, means suppose this is 10, so this is less than 10, nearly I can say 5%. You can check in the psychrometric chart with this condition also. But what about RH2? RH2 means somewhere here. This is
50, 55.
nearly 55, exactly is 56%. So you see this is less than 60, satisfying the human comfort. And the temperature, drivable temperature, you see starting dBT1. dBT1 is what? 100 degree Fahrenheit. dBT2 is what?
70.
70. So 70 is a very good temperature for cooling point of view. Anyhow, extracting this, we required a proper capacity air cooler. Did not mean that any small air cooler will maintain this much of temperature, so that you need to design accordingly. So again, the flow rate of that air and all is required to consider in designing. At this level, this is what we're considering is for 1 pound of water. Just example to understand the process of evaporative cooling. That's it. At this level, just we are talking about the process. How we can achieve with the system, that is the other story. That you can get this by properly designing the air cooler. In that air cooler, the major parameter is finding the flow rate. Next, so you see, so just remember at the time of evaporative cooling, enthalpy and bedroll temperature is going to be constant. RH will increase, and when RH increases, what will happen to this humidity ratio? W1, W2. You see, W1 is less than 20, say, I'm considering say 15, for example, roughly. Then what about W2? This point is 60. So this is what? 60 grains per pound of dry air. This also grain per pound. So in this case, RH and humidity increases, and WBT and enthalpy remain same, and dew point temperature decreases. Or in other words, if when you decrease this dew point temperature by maintaining this constant wet bulb, so enthalpy will be same, and RH and humidity ratio will increase. Just try to understand the relation between this. That
Sir,
will help at the time of calculation. Yes?
one question, sir. If no condensation is occur, that
No.
means the humidity ratio should be equal. I think.
Humidity ratio.
Yeah, humidity ratio. That means
Mhm.
no condensation is occurring. So same amount of moisture is present in the room.
But you see, evaporation is taking place now. That's the reason
Mm,
increasing in this humidity ratio,
Evaporation.
because you see evaporative cooling
Yes, 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 yes.
by evaporating the water. Okay. So this was about evaporative cooling. Next, we have one more very important mixed air condition. This will use at the time of psychrometric analysis also. Mixed air condition
Sir,
means
just 1 minute. Evaporation in the cooling coil, right?
we are not using any cooling coil here. Air cooler. The
It's simply
air is passing through a wet honeycomb pad, and when the
uh
air passes, the air heat is extracted by the water, and the water evaporates. And that evaporate
that
water.
means we
Mhm.
are talking simply the cooler. We're using
Yeah,
in Indian.
air cooler
Yeah,
only. There is
okay.
no cooling coil.
No vapor compression cycle or
No,
not
no,
something.
no. One more question. What happens when the air comes in contact with the cold air? Cold air. Can you
And
please elaborate this?
what happens when air comes in?
You see, it's a
When we
continuous process, na? So when the air passes through a layer of water, the air heat extract by the water and the water evaporates, and you'll get the cool air. And when the air passes through that layer of water, means it will extract that moisture also. That says the humidity also increases. And if you are providing the cold air, it means it can extract more heat. For example, generally in air cooler, we are using the ice also, na? So that efficiency will increase. Yeah, Mr. Javed, that is a question or?
Yes, yes, got it.
So just to increase the efficiency, normally in air cooler, we are using ice so that reducing the temperature of water will help to increase the evaporation. Okay, but remember this evaporative cooling will work efficiently, or this is a process for desert areas or for the location with the low humidity in summer. Or else what will happen? No doubt with the evaporative cooling, the temperature can drop. But with the humid area,
But
humidity also increases, or it may reach more than 60%, and that will not a comfortable condition for human. Yes.
but in summer, air is more humid, na?
No, in general, summers are wet, but not in the desert area. That you see, for evaporation, water is required. Na? Suppose in a location where there is a no water in summer, means no evaporation. No evaporation means even in summer you'll find the less humidity,
Okay, means the
right?
air will be completely dry air,
Not, I cannot say completely. Less humid, not
less
high humid.
moisture content.
You see, for example, you cannot use this air cooler concept in Dubai or in India, Vishakhapatnam, or in Al Khobar, or where you have the seashore areas. We cannot use this air cooler because in seashore areas, as the temperature increases, the humidity increases because of availability of water, more and more evaporation in that area. So the water will miss if already the moisture is with the maximum level in the air, means the evaporation, you cannot expect the evaporation. No evaporation means no cooling.
Sir, what I means in the room when we are using this air coolers, na,
Mhm.
so we feel very humid. So, is there any role of exhaust air?
You see, the best, if you want to get the efficiency for the air cooler, the evaporative side, it is recommended to place outside the room, like window AC.
Okay.
You can expect the maximum efficiency. Or else what will happen, the complete evaporation means is going to be in the room only. You'll get the, you see, first of all, the water when passes through a layer of wet means mesh, or we can say this honeycomb, it will extract the moisture. Apart from this, the air which is sorry, the water which is evaporated because of extracting the heat, that also in the room. Okay, so that will definitely within no time the RH will increase or the humidity will increase, and and that's the reason normally if you use air cooler in the room without any exhaust, okay, so you will get lower in temperature, but you cannot breathe easy because of this
I
higher
mean,
humidity
sir,
levels.
The air reaches
if
its saturation.
Yes,
so,
saturated means that is also not comfort na, for human. You cannot breathe easy,
Yes.
and you'll find the muggy conditions what we discussed at the
Means
beginning.
relative humidity can reach up to 97, 98%.
Yes.
so, sir, it's not a good idea for humidity is more like Mumbai, like
You see,
street.
that's the reason, as
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said at the beginning, this cooling concept, this air cooler, nothing but a desert cooler. The name itself is a desert cooler. The air cooler
It's
actual name is a desert cooler. This is used in the desert areas efficiently, not in all the areas. In India, in many locations, you'll find this because of this
like in the dry area,
power
less
consumption.
less humidity.
So in because you see those who cannot afford the AC, they're using this air cooler even in the humid areas. But it will not work efficiently. But in desert area, it's a very good option. Where it will help to increase the efficiency, means power consumption is less, as well as you can expect the cooling and increasing in humidity. That is a requirement in desert areas. So
Got
that's
it.
the reason air cooler itself is means the actual concept for air cooler is for desert area only. So that's the reason we used to call desert air coolers or desert coolers.